Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while since I have been uploading anything onto this channel, and no surprise really, I've come back with another haul. I've got a lot to show you. This encompasses what I bought in December, January and February, but yeah, I've got well over 50 volumes here. I brought 2 box sets, or I was gifted 2 box sets should I say, and I have taken the volumes out, so I probably will just show you the boxes. I've got a lot of Viz Media titles, again no surprise there because I absolutely love all their titles that they put out for some unknown reason, and they're a lot cheaper and easier for me to get hold of. But I have got some new series which I'm super excited to get into. But yeah, so without further ado, I'll try not to talk too much because, as I say, I've got a lot. But yeah, so let's get started. First of all, I've got The One I Love by Clamp. I heard Mama Loves Manga talk about this a little while ago and it kind of piqued my interest, so I saw it for a couple of pounds on World of Books and I thought, why not? It looks interesting. I love Clamp. I've got a load of their series. Their art's always fantastic, their storytelling's always just as fantastic, so I thought, why the hell not give it a go. So that is One Shot, The One I Love by Clamp. Moving on, I have The Demon from Afar Volume 3 by Karayuki. Karayuki is one of my favourite manga artists. She's done Angel Sanctuary. I'm trying to get as many people as possible reading that series because it is one of my favourite series. I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is rereading the series and then doing a review on it, or read the series and review it as I'm reading it, because it is one of my favourite series. It touches on some taboo subjects, it's very dark, very creepy, it's just an all-round really good series. But yeah, but that's not what we're talking about here. This is Demon from Afar Volume 3. And then a series that I've had in my collection for ages but I haven't picked up any for a while, and that's Blood Lad. I've got Blood Lad Volumes 4, 5, 6 and 7. I believe there's only 2 more volumes in this until I have completed the series. I remember reading the first 3 volumes, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and for whatever reasons I just didn't pick up any more. I think I've got a hoarding problem, guys, because I don't know if anybody else does it, but I seem to do this thing where I'm on YouTube or on Instagram and I see so many new series that people are picking up, so many new series that people are loving, and it makes me want to buy them. So I'll buy them and then get a few volumes of those, and then some more stuff will come out and then I end up buying more volumes of those, and then I just end up with a load of unfinished series. So my mission this year is to try and give some of my old series some love and finish them off or get them up to date where I possibly can. So this is one that I'm hopefully going to be getting the rest of by the end of the year. Moving on to Viz Media, I have got, oh, we're a little bit out of order here. I have got volumes 9 through 16 of The Grey Man. I believe from my last haul I hauled the first 8 and I really enjoyed the series of what I read. I read up to volume 13 I think it was, and then that's all I had, so I couldn't read any more, and I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see where the series goes. I believe volume 26 is out sometime next month because I have got it on pre-order, but I can't remember when it comes out. But I'm super excited to read the next few volumes because I believe volume 13 left me on like a cliffhanger. Yeah, it did. It left me on a cliffhanger and I just can't wait to read the next 3. It's still an ongoing one, but I believe it's quite slow because the manga artist ended up getting sick. But yeah, another dark and creepy action shonen. Seems to be my forte at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. So moving on to ones that you would class as some of the big three, or they were back when I was reading a good few years ago, they were classed as the big three. And the first one being Bleach volume 68, 70 and 71. I picked up these 3 volumes along with a few others when I went up to London just before Christmas, or no sorry, just after Christmas. Forbidden Planet is friggin' awesome up there because they have 3 for 2 on Viz Media titles, so I took it upon myself to stock up on some series that I was not yet up to date on, and the next one being One Piece. So I picked up volumes 77 through 82, and then I got 92. So this is 77. I am thoroughly enjoying One Piece. I am up to date with the chapters, and I love where Oda is going with the story. I love the fact that he is currently doing the flashback, and it's bringing back things that have happened from previous arcs and previous volumes, and it's really wrapping things up. It makes it feel more of a cohesive story rather than, oh, this arc has nothing to do with this one and it's just like a continuous arc. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like each story is a different story within a main story. It kind of makes it feel more cohesive. I just really love Oda's storytelling, and I'm going to be really gutted when this is finally over. He said that he's wrapping up the series, but we all know what Oda's like. We know that he's probably going to say, oh, we are 80% done, and then still be going for another like 10 years, because that's what he's like. But this is volume 82. I'm loving Wano. I think Wano is probably going to be the best arc so far, although I have to say I did enjoy Sabaody, only because it then brought in Boa Hancock, and Boa Hancock is probably my favourite female character. I don't know, something about her, she's just hilariously funny. The way that like she stands, especially in the anime, and you see her and she's like standing there like looking down on people, it's just so funny. But yeah, that's volume 92. And then I'm just gonna grab something to drink, because whenever I do any of these videos I end up losing my voice, or my throat hurts after, because I'm totally not used to speaking this much. It's very unfamiliar for me for some unknown reason, and I don't know why. Yeah, so the next series I have is I say it's shonen. It's shonen. I mean, Viz released it in its Shonen Sunday, what's the word? Publication, I think. I don't know. And that is Arata, or The Legend of Arata. And I gave a little bit of insight into the story the first time round, though I hadn't read it. I've now read the first 10 and up to 14, and I have to say I'm so glad I picked it up. It was kind of a whim, because it was a series that I hadn't heard much about, but because it's done by Yu Watase, and Yu Watase is one of my favourite manga artists, I kind of knew that I was gonna love it regardless of whether I knew anything about it. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how the story is progressing. I like that we're seeing some character growth with Arata, the Arata that came from modern day Japan. I love that he's now believing in himself. He's not kind of a defeatist. He's more now giving everything a go, trying to do the best that he can for his friends that are around him. And he's realised that his friend, the kind of like the main antagonist from his own world that then got transported to the world that they're currently in, has a reason why he would dislike Arata, and he's now kind of understanding how his friend's feeling, and now he wants to save him. So yeah, I'm just really enjoying this story, and I'm kind of gutted that it's going out of print, because I feel like so many people would enjoy this story. If you are a fan of Uwatase, it's definitely not like her normal works, because her normal works are kind of romantic fantasies. This is more of a adventure fantasy, I suppose, and I suppose kind of an isekai, because you go from one world to another, though it's not gaming. Is isekai strictly to do with gaming? Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not entirely sure. But it goes from one world to another, but it's a really good series, and I'm so glad that I picked it up, and I do wish more people would pick it up, because the art is stunning, the storytelling is beautiful, and yeah, just if you haven't already, please pick it up. It's only 24 volumes long. It is going out of print, so do pick it up before it goes, because I know I would regret it if I don't get all of them before they go out of print. Moving on is this stack right here. This one is like my favourite ongoing shoujo right now. It's every single volume makes me laugh out loud. It's so endearing, so funny, and that series is Takane and Hana. This is about this guy here, Takane, and this girl here, Hana, and there's an age gap romance. She turns up at a marriage meeting that her older sister is supposed to go to, but she ends up being rude to this guy Takane, and basically calling him a spoiled brat, and just, you know, quite immature for his age. And he ends up, for some unknown reason, she ends up piquing his interest, because I believe nobody has really spoken to him like that, because he's a rich kid, own a CEO of a company, so everybody's kind of like fawning over him because he's a good looking guy, and she's just not interested. And it kind of revolves around, this story kind of revolves around him trying to get her to like him. I have to say, it is an age gap, as I said before, but this age gap is fairly, it is a big age gap, but the story so far has been very innocent and nothing creepy, nothing weird, so I'm happy to continue it. As I say, it's extremely funny, and later on in the series, can I just say, that cover is absolutely stunning. Like, it's probably my favourite cover. But as we get later on in the series, Hana kind of realises that she's got feelings for Takane, but then she has kind of then got the mentality of, oh, rather than she is going to be stubborn and not want him to get her to admit her feelings, she's now decided that she is going to make it so all he can think about is her and nothing else. This guy's the best friend, and he's so sweet as well, and so funny. But yeah, as I say, as we get further on into the series, she then realises that she's got feelings for him, and it's just so funny, because she's kind of like she's trying to deny her feelings for him. And yeah, I just love this series. This one here, this volume here, it's volume 11. Kind of like some drama happens in here. This guy here is Takane's cousin, and he's an asshole, and I don't like him. But yeah, this one's a cute volume. And then kind of what drama happens in that one then ends in this one, and this is the current volume, or my current one. In England, I think volume 13 comes out in March, and that one's pre-ordered, so I cannot wait for this next volume is one of my favourites. I think I've just spent the last 5 minutes talking about that series. I don't I do apologise, I absolutely love it. 14 more volumes to go, and then my 2 box sets. So the first 1, 2, 3, the first 4 are ongoing series of ones that I've already got, and the first one being My Hero Academia. I don't really have to say much about this series other than it's fantastic. I'm not up to date on the anime, I'm not up to date on the chapters for My Hero. I'm kind of loving reading it volume to volume. At least I was, until this volume came out, and then by the end of it, with what happens with all the villains, I kind of wished that I was up to date with the chapters, because this kind of makes me want to read more. But I'm determined to read them volume to volume. I'm probably going to stockpile the next few volumes and then binge read all of them. But I'm really enjoying this series. I know there's a lot of controversy over some of the characters that are currently being written at the moment, but I'm not really interested in that drama. I'm just enjoying the series for what it is. The next one I've got is Dr. Stone Volume 9. I know a lot of people don't enjoy this series, but honestly I don't really care, because I'm loving this series. I love the fact that it's not your normal shonen. I love that it's set where there is no technology, and honestly I think this series has got a lot of potential. As I say, I'm not up to date with the following with the new chapters, so I could be extremely wrong in what I'm saying, and I could then get the next few volumes and absolutely hate it. But this has such potential. I mean, like, it's set in a time where there is no technology, and this could really kind of show what life could be like without technology. And then we're slowly introducing it with Senku, with like his scientific all his scientific experiments and stuff. So I'm really enjoying this. I enjoyed this volume. By the end of this volume, you kind of understand why the main antagonist is an arsehole, and why he hates all adults, and why he went on kind of like a murdering binge, I suppose. But he just basically crushed a load of statues. But you understand that by the end of this volume. And there's a betrayal in this volume. I can't wait for volume 10. I think it comes out in March, so I will definitely be picking that one up. In fact, I've got it on pre-order, so I can't wait for that one. The next one that I have is Blue Exorcist volume 23. This series has been sitting on my shelf for a while, and then I read it just before Christmas and I got up to date pretty quickly, and this is just the next one following that. At the moment we are in this volume, I believe it takes us back to where Rin and Yukio's mum and mum was in this series, and you find out their circumstances around their birth, I believe. I haven't read it, but from my memory from the last volume, that is where this is heading. I'm really enjoying this. Unfortunately, it is a bi-monthly, I believe, or monthly chapter, so we only get one volume every 6 months, which is a pain in the ass, because I really do enjoy this series, and I wish more people would check it out. I mean, I think it's so much better than the anime, but yeah, definitely check this one out if you haven't. Another one that the last one that I've got that's a continuation. Let me just get comfortable again. I keep sliding down. I'm sitting on the edge of a bed and I keep sliding down the bed, so if you just see my head just like slowly dip down, that's why. And so this next one is Alhara Ride by Io Sakisaki. Is it Saki? Saki Saka? I think so. I'm sorry if I butchered her name, I do apologise. This romance one, I've read the first 3. It's been sitting in my collection for a few months now, and I thought it's about time I catch up because it's almost finished in the English publication. It's from what I've read, it's a really cute story and I can't wait to read the rest. I believe we've got a new series coming out by this mangaka, and a lot of people in the community on YouTube and on Instagram are super excited about it. So what I think I'm probably going to do is finish up with this one first and then move on to the other one, because I'm still quite behind on this, so I don't want to start another series, but I am absolutely loving this one as well. And look how cute the kitty is, even though you can't see its head, it's really cute. But that's volume 4, and I think we're up to volume 9 now, I think. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. The next one I've got is not, now normally I don't buy manga volumes out of order if I don't have volume 1, but I started watching the anime for this on Amazon Prime. I didn't finish it for some unknown reason. I tend to do that a lot, but I enjoyed the anime a lot. I think I was like 6 episodes from the end, and I really enjoyed it. And I saw that this particular volume, volume 17, from at least where I am in the UK, was becoming harder to find, so I decided to pick it up, and that is Banana Fish. So I will be slowly picking this one up. I enjoyed the anime, or at least I enjoyed what I have seen of the anime, and I reckon this is going to be one that I'm going to really, really love from the anime. Anyway, so moving on to some more Viz Media. Again, a bloody crap ton of Viz Media. And that is an Incurable Case of Love by Maki and Joji. This one is a josei. I've been wanting to get into more joseis, and this one was recommended to me. I love the setting. I love that it's in the medical field. It's kind of different from what I'm used to. I'm used to fluffy shoujos, so a josei is definitely new to me, but I did enjoy the first volume. Hopefully I'll be picking up the second volume next month. But yeah, that is An Incurable Case of Love by Maki and Joji. If you guys have any recommendations for josei, please leave them in the description, in the comments down below, because once I start to finish collecting some of my older series, they are definitely ones, josei is definitely a genre that I want to get more of my collection, because I'm seriously lacking. I've got a lot of fluffy shoujo, a lot of shonen, but I'm seriously lacking in seinen and josei manga as well. So the next two I have got is Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 1 and Volume 2. This is a series that everybody is talking about at the moment. I started reading it when it first came out on the Shonen Jump app, and I enjoyed it. These two volumes are still not where I finished on the app. I stopped reading because I heard that it was going to be out in physical, and I honestly prefer to read it physically. And I just wanted to support the artist, because it just seems like a really good story, and it seems like it's got a lot of promise to it, and I might do a review on it later on. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't really think I need to, because it is one that a lot of people already know a lot about and are already talking about it. But Volume 3 and Volume 4 have already been pre-ordered. I enjoyed it a whole lot. I still think at Volume 4 I'm still not in new material, so it's probably Volume 5 where I'm at new material. But yeah, I'm super excited by this. Now these next two Viz Media titles are ones that I've heard a lot about. One series I know I will probably definitely enjoy. The other one, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to feel about it, because it is a different style, and it's a style that I don't normally gravitate towards when reading. But that particular one is Komi Can't Communicate, and I picked up Volume 1 and Volume 2. Now This one a lot of people have been talking about on here on YouTube and on Instagram. It's a 4-comer, and I tend not to enjoy that because all the ones that I've read don't really have an overarching story. It's normally just like different chapters, and I don't tend to enjoy that. But this follows a girl that has social anxiety and problems making friends, and I feel like I will probably be able to relate to this because I suffer from anxiety an awful lot. It's one thing that I have had for many years, and it does affect making friends and your day-to-day life. So I feel like I will probably be able to relate to this series quite a lot, so that's one of the reasons why I picked it up. And I haven't read them yet. I'm waiting until I've read a couple other bits and then I'll jump into this. But once I've read the first couple of volumes, I will definitely be doing a review on this, because I feel like this is something that I can relate to quite a lot, so I'm actually pretty excited about this. But yeah, I will probably do a first impressions / review after I've read the first 2 volumes and see how I feel about it. The next one I am super excited about. I've heard Shay Geeks Out talk about it, and she seems to be rather smitten with this and kind of obsessed and that is The Way of the House Husband. So I picked up The Way of the House Husband Volume 1 and The Way of the House Husband Volume 2, and I am super excited about this. It seems to be a comedy. Seeing this one, it kind of makes me want to pick up is it the Delinquent Housewife, I think, by Vertical. That was a series that I wanted to pick up a little while ago and I just didn't. So seeing this, hopefully when reading it, I'm probably going to want to pick those up as well. But the art style looks stunning and it looks like it's right up my alley, so I cannot wait to dive into this, and it will probably be another one that I will be reviewing at some point, so look out for that. Although by the time I get around to reviewing it, it's probably going to be in a lot of people's collections, but it doesn't matter. So these two, moving on, these two are ones that I am super excited about because I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, okay? I've got a josei, and both of them are by different publishers because, as you can see, for some unknown reason I gravitate towards Viz Media. I don't know why, it's probably because it's cheaper and I do love the titles. But the first one that I picked up, I'd done a little post about on my Instagram, so if you haven't seen it, I'll link it down below. But that is My Androgynous Boyfriend by Tamakau, I think that's how you say the name. But I have read this one and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It's kind of different from what I'm used to, definitely. It wouldn't have been one that I would have read a few years ago because I loved like fluffy shoujo and high school romances and stuff, but I love the premise of this story. I love the fact that the couple that we've got here are kind of non-traditional, like air quotes massive. They're non-traditional in the sense that they're not your stereotypical pair. So like this one on here is a guy and he's very much into makeup, into fashion, and his girlfriend Wako, which is her on the back there, is one that kind of brings home the bacon, one that earns kind of like more money. And in this particular volume you kind of see that this couple is already well established, and I actually surprisingly did enjoy that. I thought that it would be something that wouldn't interest me. I thought that maybe I'd prefer seeing the struggles that they have to become a couple, but I wonder if maybe in the series later on you get flashbacks and seeing that, I don't know. But I just think it's a really light-hearted read. I just really enjoyed it, and I pre-ordered Volume 2, and I really can't wait to see where this story goes. The art is really pretty. I mean, I think it's something that is no surprise, but the art is just gorgeous, and as I said, I just really can't wait to get on and read the next volume for this. It's made me really excited. It's my first Seven Seas title as well, so yeah. But the last single volume that I've got to show you guys is one that I saw, and I'm not gonna lie, this was probably a cover buy. Now, I don't normally do cover buys, but it was just so beautiful that I just could not pick it up. It kind of, just from the cover alone, and it even says on the back of the book, it's got like a dreamlike odyssey that's part Studio Ghibli and part Final Fantasy. Now, I'm not a gamer, so I don't really know what Final Fantasy is, but I am very, very much familiar with Studio Ghibli, and this series is Beyond the Clouds, Volume 1. It's by Kodansha, it's published by Kodansha, and I saw a review on it a little while ago, and it piqued my interest, but I'd already had it in my pre-order cart for a while at that point, so I decided to pick it up. The art looks gorgeous. It kind of looks like steampunk-esque kind of vibe going on, and it definitely seems like it's up my street. I can't wait to dive into this, and this is definitely another one that will be going on to my first impressions list to do. Maybe over the next couple of weeks I'll be able to chug out some first impressions as I read it. I mean, at the moment I'm reading what am I reading? Dead Man Wonderland, that's what I'm reading. I kind of binge watched the anime over the last couple of days, and it kind of left me feeling a bit salty. I wasn't pleased with how it ended. It was kind of confusing. I put a post about it on my Instagram, and some of you guys kindly said that the anime was kind of different to the manga, and that obviously the manga goes way past it, but the anime kind of just left me feeling like wanting more and confused at the same time. It kind of left on an epic battle. So yeah, I'm currently reading that just to try and fill in the gap kind of thing of what happens, because I was kind of really excited about it, and then it ended and I was like, well, that was really underwhelming. So yeah, I'm kind of getting on with that. But anyway, I'm not supposed to be talking about that, I'm talking about this. So yeah, this will be one that I'm definitely will be reviewing, hopefully at some point over the next few weeks. So yeah, so that's all of my single volumes. Now I've picked up the boxes because I've actually put them on my shelves, but I was kindly gifted Naruto box set 1, which has volumes 1 to 27, and on Instagram there's a tag where people are reading the Naruto series this year, and I kind of wanted to do the same thing, so I feel like next month I will probably be picking up the last one, hopefully. And the last one that I got is box set 2. I got an amazing deal for these. I say I got an amazing deal. I managed to find an amazing deal for members of my family to kindly gift them for me. On, I think it was called Lowplex or something, and they've got Dragon Ball Z box set 1 for like $57.99, which is really, really good. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. The series has been done for like ever, and I've been wanting to find out what happened. I mean, Naruto is probably one of my all-time favourite childhood animes. I mean, I did watch Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, but I was more familiar with Naruto than Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. So I definitely want to finish reading that. I heard that it kind of was a little bit dodgy at the end. It wasn't great in the last arc, but it's Naruto and I still love it anyway. So yeah, I'll probably end up picking up that box next month, and then slowly collecting the anime box sets that come out as well, because I believe in the UK they are now all finished, so I need to get on to collecting those, or at least adding them to my collection. So yeah, that is my manga haul for the last 3 months collectively, so it's an awful lot. If you have managed to stick around for this long, give yourself a massive pat on the back, because I know I would be. This has been a very long video to record and I feel like my phone is going to die because I am filming on my phone. But yeah, hopefully next month I'll be able to sort out a better way of filming with a tripod rather than a giant stack of boxes. Yeah, so but yeah, if you've enjoyed my video and you want to see more, give me a thumbs up and a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see any reviews or anything like that, I've got a couple of ideas that I'm thinking of after watching Shay Geeks Out video about sort of like motivation and stuff. It kind of motivated me a little bit more into some of the ideas that I've had for a while, but unsure how it would be received. But yeah, so that's all. So until next time guys, I will see you later.